That's all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we are live, coming to you live with Nomad 215 with my special guest. It's an honor to have this MC from the same city that I'm from, Philadelphia, man. And I've been following you for a long time, Reef. And when we had that little pop up, what was it, a few months ago when I grabbed these joints, you know I gotta show them, bro.
Yeah.
You know, these joints, listen, I hold these joints like this. You hear
Yeah.
me?
Respect.
Like I
Respect.
don't even play around with your music, man. Like
Yeah, man.
ever since I first heard you back, like I said in Army of the Pharaoh's time, I was like, damn, who is this Reef the Lost Cause? I say, yo, that's an MC. You know what I mean? Especially now, I labeled you as a hip hop dad. Now I know you wonder, like, damn, who came up with that? I was like, shit, they got a dad for everything now, right? Don't they?
Sure. Hip hop
So,
dad, yeah, basketball
like,
dad, but
TV dad, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, so I was like, you know what? Let me come up with a hip hop dad since it is 50 years of hip hop, right? So,
right, right,
you
right,
know, I
right.
figured I was like, shit, Reef gonna be the first one. Everybody else probably might follow suit. If not, that's on them. I don't care. You
Sure,
know,
sure,
I
sure, for
follow you.
sure.
I fucks with you, my man. You like one of my favorites. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying?
Love, I appreciate that.
Hell yeah, of course, because real recognize real, my dude, and we're both fathers, and we are both into the culture. You know what I mean? Like we really, like, especially what you do, man. You like the best kept secret for real. Like seriously, man.
Mhm.
And I was like, man, it's an honor. Like sometimes I get like a fanboy when I speak to you. It's like, man, I get all you.
Oh,
You know how we get, man.
yeah, man, we all good, bro. Yeah, we all good. All good.
All right, let me get to these questions. Yeah, I got a set of questions for you, my dude. Let me look for them.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I usually try to keep everything set so we ain't got to keep, you know what I mean?
Sure, I got you.
Here we go. For me, thank you for this opportunity, Reef,
Hmm.
as I'm a fan of your music. And I would like to begin asking you about your background. Of course, we know where you're from,
Hmm.
Philadelphia, but what I have written down is which area of Philadelphia are you from? And how would you describe that area?
So yeah, I'm from West Philadelphia. I'm from Lansdowne Ave, Overbrook, Winfield. It's all one big jumbled up area, you know what I mean, to me. But yeah, man, I mean it was interesting because we had the typical city ills, drug abuse and crime and all that, but we also had a strong knit family community. I think there was a lot of there was parks, grasses, and trees, so we spent a lot of time outdoors. Cobb's Creek. So I definitely had some wild instances, but for the most part, it was a very very beautiful childhood, man. And my mom is still up there, my aunts are still up there, most of my family is still, if not in the immediate area, a few miles away. So I still go up there very often and still see the family. So it's yeah, that's where I'm from.
All right, bet. Yeah, salute to West Philly, man. Listen, West Philly, I swear, in our city's got like the most. I swear it's like the most rappers come out of West Philly.
Yeah,
You know what I
man.
mean, Reef? I don't know if you agree with me with that, but
Nah. I
some
think I
guys
think
argue with me. Go ahead, Wes. Go ahead. I didn't mean
no,
to
no. I
cut
was
you off.
no, you good. I was just gonna say, I think, yeah, man. A lot of you know, Will, the youngsters, Last Emperor, Bahamadia, myself. But, there's a lot of North, a lot of South, but West Philly definitely has a reputation for producing dope MCs.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, you got that right.
Hmm.
This you, I don't know, you might like this one. It says, what are the first moments you fell in love with hip hop culture as a kid? What are your earliest memories of it?
Probably like, yeah, like, I'm a child of the 80s, and I became a teenager, in the early 90s. So, man, just my earliest memories are, of families and friends and my uncle and different people breakdancing, doing graffiti. I was born into the culture, man. So it's been a part of me.
Right?
As long as I can remember, as long as I can think, as long as I've been breathing, I feel like, hip hop has been like right there. So for me, it's always been there, man.
Oh yeah, same here, man.
Yeah.
It's been like, even though I'm not an artist, but I've been indulged with the hip hop culture since I was like probably like 8 years old. And I'm thinking this is 1988 we're talking. So we probably in the same generation. You know what I
Sure.
mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, for
so
sure.
I ran into an old friend of mine. He's talking about, yo, you still be making mixtapes? I'm like, man, ain't nobody making no mixtapes. You know what I'm saying, Reef? Like, he cracked me up with that. I was
Right,
like, everything is streaming now, bro. I said, ain't nobody. I said, nigga, I'm still buying records though. I said, unless
right.
you come to the crib, I got mad vinyl for you if you want. But I said, the
Vinyl.
mixtape era, that's over with, man. That's why I don't mind. Anytime I see like your record or King Size, and I'm buying that joint. I'm not
Sure.
sleeping on it. You know what I mean? I
Sure. I
still got
love
to get that other album of yours from Crate Diggers. The one is just like a superhero on it. I think it's
Oh,
called
yeah.
your favorite
MC.
MC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I need
a good
that,
one.
Reef. I need that in my collection, man. So that'll be my third one of yours. So you already know, like,
That's what's
as
up.
whatever. Yeah, because first and foremost, I'm a fan. So of course, I'd rather support the people that I listen to. That's what people don't understand with me, Reef. Like, I'm not gonna sit here listen to somebody that I ain't never gonna meet. I might not even ever interact with because some people are assholes. No offense to you, you know what I'm saying? Just for
Mm.
artists, period. Because like somebody was saying that to me, like how some artists you can support them all you want, but when it, like, let's say if you go to a show with theirs and you try to talk, and they just be like, eh, you know what I'm saying? But
Right. Yeah.
every people are people. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. 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 I always try to to a certain extent, you know what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
Give love and show love to the people. So I definitely understand. Like, not everybody is that way.
Yeah, and that's why I like you, Reef, because you're a genuine, humble person, man. For real, like from the bottom of my heart, bro. Like for real,
Mhm.
man. You just one of them ones, man. Like that I've seen. Like, damn, I seen you grow, bro. Like for real. That's why I was like, this was an honor and opportunity. I was like, man, I didn't see you grow from, like I said, AOTP days. Like, you know what I mean? So and that's the type of hip hop I like. I can't listen
Yeah.
to this mumble, this drill. I can't do it, man.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like doing this. You feel me? Like
Yeah. I definitely respect
you
when
know,
you do that. Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
It's like, yo. All right, hold on. Okay, hold on. Where was that question? All right, I was gonna say, what made you start rapping? Like, what made you actually like really get into it? Like, really start? I'm trying to figure out the words. Like, what made you actually start doing it? I guess you know what I mean.
Yeah. I think I just I always had a love for poetry and writing from a very early
Oh
age.
shit.
And
Okay.
again, I think if you add that with being of the age that I was at the time, I wasn't a good I couldn't dance, so I wasn't gonna break dance. I wasn't a good dancer. I'm not a great artist. I don't have a good hand, so I couldn't really do graffiti. DJing, producing was mad too complicated for me. But the rapping came very easily. And it was clear from a very early age that it was something that I was good at and something that I really loved and took serious. And I mean, this is, I'm about to be 42 years old this year. So,
Oh, yeah, salute.
we talking about 30, 35, 34 years of me, writing hip hop,
Wow.
you know? So, yeah.
Yo, that's a damn, my man. You got a career. You hear me?
Mhm.
Woo!
Been around for a
Damn.
while, man.
Salute.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah, but
yeah.
that was that.
Salute.
Yeah, just being young and growing up in the culture, and you recognize your strengths, and my strength was always the written word. It was always the spoken word, and
Yeah, that's why I like, what song reminds me of that? That song I Wonder on this album. I love this song, man. From
yeah,
this joint.
yeah,
Yo,
word,
that track I Wonder, listen. This joint, man, I don't know what it is about this album, Reef, but you did
word.
your thing to this one, man. But that song, I Wonder, like when I seen the video, I was like, yo, and I actually you actually like sit there and listen to what you're saying, man. It's like, boom. You know what I
Word.
mean? Like, because
Yeah,
that shit is like, It's like some poetry, like some. Remember how they used to have that shit back in the day? What was it, death poetry or something like that? Remember that?
Yeah,
They had
yeah,
like
yeah,
remember that used to be. I used to watch a couple episodes, but all of a sudden it just like vanished. You know what I mean? Like it
yeah,
was
yeah.
something.
It got a little weird there. It was really good. It was really I think like the last season or two kind of fell off a little bit, and then they just kind of cut it
Yeah,
off.
they just
Yeah,
said
but
fuck it
I
and
love
just
that.
scrapped it. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
tough because it was a lot of spoken word. You know what I mean?
sure. Yep. Yeah, I love that show. But yeah, I never I always like to have a beat behind me. I was never with the acapella, snap shit. I always like that
Yeah,
hardcore,
yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah, exactly. I got a question for you. Another one. Is there anyone in particular who pushed and helped you take this career further? Like like anyone in particular, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I have a whole fucking village of people. My mom is at the top. My mom, my wife, my now wife. Um,
Yeah, right.
my man Lou. Shout out to my man Lou, who's been one of my best friends since I was, in fourth grade. My man Sleep E, who gave me my first set of beats and let me come to the studio and record my first demo. Chief Kamachi, who took me under his wing. The
Yeah,
record
salute.
his wing. My man Planet, from outer space. You know what I'm
Salute.
saying?
Yeah.
Obviously later down the line when I was already kind of doing my own thing, I was able to connect with guys like Paz and the AOTP crew. So you know what I mean? I've always had great support and great people that have confidence in me and have tried to help me along the way, and I've tried to do the same thing, you know what I mean? Pay it forward type of thing. So I've been really blessed, and you know what I'm saying? And I think that has to do with, like you said, my character as a man first, and then
Mhm.
the music I try to always make sure is quality and dope. So when you put those two things together, people are gonna want to fuck with you. They're gonna want to help you. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
because they
sure.
see what you're doing is real. It's not fake. It's not sugar coated. It ain't like how these record companies want you to be something that you ain't. You know what I mean, bro? Like, and it's
No, from
just because people's like, damn. Like people be asking me if I'm a rapper. I said I'm just a journalist. I ain't no rapper. I get it all the time. Reef, listen, I go to some event. As like people say, you dress the part. I'm like, what part am I dressing? I'm just dressed like a damn journalist. I ain't, you know what I
right.
mean? But it's funny,
Sure.
and I was like, I tell people, I appreciate, hey, thank you for saying that, but I ain't a rapper, man. I said, I know some good ones if you want to listen to some, you know what I mean?
For sure, for sure.
you know,
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
like it's funny sometimes, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna see what. I don't know. You might like this question or not. Philadelphia has given birth to many very dope MCs. What's your Philadelphia top 5 ever? You could say, from the past or present. It don't matter to me. You know what I mean? I like to
Yeah,
pick
yeah,
your brain sometimes, Reef.
yeah. I mean, off the top, I give it to Black Thought. That's number one. I gotta throw Last Imp in there. I think the Last Emperor.
Wow, you remember him? Not so many people remember him, man. That's crazy,
Yeah, I
right?
mean, I just spoke to him. You know what I mean,
Oh,
a couple
yeah.
days ago. He's one of the illest ever. He
Oh,
inspired me
yeah.
so much. Yes, Chief. I would say Chief Kamachi. Um, I'm
Salute.
gonna throw in, Beans and Freeway. I think that those two brothers, you know what I'm saying, especially Free, what he's done for the last 20 years out of all of those guys, he's really
Right?
been on a run, Free. And then just to show love to like the old school and the classic, I'm gonna say like EST 3 times dope.
Right?
I
Salute.
mean, greatest man alive. But there's so many. I love Oskino. I love you know, I love I love all my peeps that I came up with, guys like Scandal, and you know what I'm saying? Like Philly has just got some of the
Yeah.
illest. But I mean, really the way shit is for me, and I think for a lot of people, is like when you do these Philly lists or whatever, you put thought at the top, and then everybody else is kind of interchangeable. You know what I'm
Gonna
saying?
follow.
Like
Yeah.
thoughts over here, and then everybody
Right?
else. You know what I'm saying, like
This is under.
he's the only person I've ever been chasing as far as like that type of bars and writing that I want to accomplish in my life. He's always been
Hmm.
the bar for that. So yeah, I'll say thought one, and then you know whoever else after.
You ever check out his new album that he did with that group called El Michelle's Affair?
Yeah, I loved it. I listened to all
That
the stuff.
joint is a
Yeah,
banger.
yeah. I mean,
Yo, I had to buy that joint. I
yeah,
had to.
I think out of all of the projects he's put out over the last like what 3 years, 4 years, that one's really great. I love the record with Danger Mouse.
Oh yeah, that's Cheat Codes, right? I think it's
Codes
called something like that.
crazy. Chico's was crazy. There's a lot of he's got
Oh
I'm
yeah,
happy for him that he hasn't kind of sat around and like not done anything because it hasn't been Roots Records and kind of went out and has been doing his own thing. So
yeah.
yeah, shout out to him. Yeah.
Hell yeah! Salute to Black Thought,
Mm-hmm.
man. That's funny. Now we're going into this question. Is there one of your projects that you think represents you better than others, or do you feel more personal? You know?
I think um the last well it's really about they're all snapshots, right? So they're all
Okay.
snapshots to where I was, but I will say um probably the one that sums me up the most is Invisible Empire because it was my baby. It was my first real record, and I touch
Okay.
on everything about who I am, what I'm into. There's a blueprint there that has followed every record after that. And I've tried to not make the same record over and over again, but I've tried to kind of use that record as like the benchmark. So for me, that's always going to be the one that like I think means the most to me because it was so free. I was so young. I didn't know anything. It wasn't about the music industry or any of that shit. It was just about me getting together with my friends and making crazy ass music. And that was the most pure and most natural I've ever been as far when it came to making music. So for that reason, that one will always be. But it's all snapshots of where I am. The last record I put out, that was about where I was at that time. And this record I'm working on right now, that's where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? So I always just try to keep it,
Yeah.
always try to keep it what's going on with me at the moment. It's all snapshots, it's all little
Yeah.
yeah, man, for sure, for sure.
Oh man, you working on a new one, huh?
Yeah, man,
Yes. You know what
we're
I
getting down
mean?
to the it's phase one is almost complete, with a record.
Okay.
You get the songs that you want to get done, and then you pick those songs apart, you re-record stuff, you cut stuff, you add stuff, you
Yeah.
sit
It's a
around
process,
and argue.
man. I already know.
Yeah. So we're like 30-40% through. And then once the album's actually done, then you got to consider videos and all that other shit. So it's like a whole process.
Yeah.
My plan is to get it all. If I stay on this schedule I'm on now, I would love to get it out by October, November of this year. There's a chance we might wait till early 2024, but that feels kind of, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Hell yeah, man. That's funny because I was just going to ask you that question. Is there anything else coming out soon? And you already nailed it. But I
Yeah,
was going
yeah,
to say,
yeah.
you got any, what are your next goals if you have any? I know I
So,
kind of I try to be all around. You know what I mean?
oh, you good. I love it. I love it. Yeah, nah. My next goals are, um, from a. I'll just stay in the creative room. From a creative standpoint, my next goals are to put out this record, make it the best record it can be, and then I'm going to be working on some different creative endeavors that I can't really get into right now. But I'm
Yeah.
branching out. I'm branching out from music. We're going to be working on some scripts for different things. Um, there's work in different areas, voiceover, animation, you know, things like that
Oh
that
hell
I've
yeah.
yeah. And I'm just trying to shout out to my man Fonte from Little Brother, man. He always says, you know, I've watched what he's been doing as far as, you know, he works on TV shows now and things like that. And he always said, use every tool in your tool belt. You know what I'm saying? Use every talent, every connection, every idea, implement it. You know, I feel like I got so comfortable and almost scared to not just be Reef the rapper, the MC, because that's so much of what my identity is, that I've
Mhm.
been kind of like not pigeonhole, but I've been kind of like super focused on just music pretty much my whole adult life. And I have other talents and I have other things that I want to pursue. So those are my goals coming up after we get this record out and we push it. I have other things that I want to try to get out into the world. So let's hope and see that they make it. You know.
Oh yeah, man. That's dope, bro. That's dope. Shit. Yeah, that was the last of my questions, Reef. Like,
Word,
man.
word.
Yeah, man. I try not to take up too much of your time because like I said, you're a hip hop dad, so you gotta be on point.
Man, I love that. I love and appreciate that, man. Yo,
You know
sometimes
what I'm
dudes be like,
saying?
they don't understand that, but you get it. You understand, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand, my man. Because if not, I would be like, you know what, we just keep going and going. But nah, I ain't
Yeah,
gonna do that to you,
yeah.
man.
Nah, you good, bro. You good. You good. You good.
No, you my man. Like I said, I love you like a brother. Even though we just met what a couple months ago, maybe. Know what I'm
Sure,
saying?
sure. It's all love, homie. It's all love, bro. Like I appreciate you, you know, rolling up on me at the Craze Diggers and introducing yourself, and from that came this. You know, it's like that's what people got to understand, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you gotta not be afraid to put yourself out there and let people know who you are and what you're about. And your energy was great, and I'm glad. I'm sorry it took as long as it did, but I'm glad we were able to do it. You know what I mean?
No, I appreciate it, my man. Listen, we all have schedules. We all got lives, my dude. You know.
Yeah,
What
for
I'm
sure.
saying? So it's like if we don't know that, then it's like you know what I mean? Like
Right,
like
for
you
sure.
said, like sometimes it feels like we're chasing ghosts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely,
You
absolutely.
know?
Well, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Well, this ends Nomad episode 5 of my man Reef the Lost Cause, one
Peace.
of the finest MCs of Philly. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you, King.
All right, bro.
Peace, fam.
Peace.